Dear Mr. Daetro, call me John. I hope that you find my story so you can narrate it on your channel. I just want to share my horror experience that one time when I was still working as a cashier at 7-Eleven. It was late at night and was pouring heavily. The winds were strong too, indicating the start of a very strong storm. We have very few customers at that time, and there were also a few bystanders, people who were waiting for the rain to stop. The sales were really low that day, and my workmate and I just kept mopping the floor as water kept entering the store. We were laughing and making jokes together. "We're gonna go bankrupt," my workmate said. "At least we're paid," I replied. "Yeah, you're right. We can take things easy today since we don't have many customers," my workmate Amber agreed. We were about to go back to the counter when someone pushed the door with a strong force. The door almost hit us, good thing we were able to dodge. But when we looked at the door, there was nobody there. Surprised by the situation, Amber and I stared at each other. Are we thinking the same thing? Maybe it's just the wind. "The wind is really strong today, right?" I relaxed a little bit when Amber said that. After a few moments, I noticed a child near the door, probably around the age of 8 or 9. Her clothes were really dirty, and it had a lot of holes in it. She looked like a homeless kid. The child entered the door slowly. She was really wet, and I noticed something different on her skin, as if she was in the water for a very, very long time. I was looking at her closely as she went straight to the fridge. I was in the cash register wondering, who is this kid and why is she dirty? I noticed a puddle of mud on where she is standing, and mud just keeps on dripping down to the floor from her body. I really wanted to ask her to leave, but I just couldn't. I really felt sorry for the kid. Even Amber doesn't care, so I thought it was okay. We'll just clean up her mess afterwards. The kid was trying to open the fridge full of ice cream, but she was having a hard time doing it. I was about to leave the cash register to help her when I noticed that her entire body was covered in mud. Then suddenly, the child faced towards my direction, which gave me a clear view of her face. She looked at me with a very sad face, which left me frozen as I saw black tears were coming out of her eyes. I wanted to scream, but I couldn't move a muscle. After a few seconds, I got surprised with Amber's voice saying, "John, someone is trying to buy something. What are you doing?" When I looked at Amber, that's the only time I got a hold of myself. Then when I looked at the fridge again, the child was no longer there. The next day came and Amber told me that the child who was always buying ice cream had drowned in the flood near the river beside our store. I froze and chills ran down my entire body. So I told Amber, "Do you think it was her ghost that we saw last night? You know, the kid who was trying to open the fridge to get some ice cream." Amber looked at me as if I was crazy and she said, "What do you mean? She didn't come here yesterday. The winds were just strong, causing the door to open."